Well, I called it. 2 weeks after I posted my first video discussing Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles 2, the sequel was officially announced. Now, in that first video, I did not talk about Iguro or Gyomei, as I thought they wouldn't be in the game. However, the trailer did show them. So today I wanted to go over how I think these two characters might play in the game. But talking about the game at large for a second, there are really only 5 characters that I don't believe will be on the main roster for the base game. These are Kanao Sururi, Doma, Kokushibo, Yuichi Sugikuni, and Muzan Kibutsuji. But if you guys want me to make a video discussing these 5 characters, let me know and I will make it happen. And one final thing before I start discussing Iguro and Gyomei, if you wanted to know what I think of the other characters along with the story mode, go check out the previous video on Demon Slayer that I have on my channel. I will also link it in the cards above and in the description. Now, let's move on to the main event, starting off with the Serpent Hashira Iguro Obani. He would possess the standard range for this game, despite the fact his katana is fused with a Chris, it still does have the standard katana range. Now, for his first special, I think this should be his first form, Winding Serpent Slash, where the user releases a single horizontal slash aimed at the target in a winding motion, taking on the path of a serpent. This is kind of a more basic form, so that's why I think it's perfect for the first special ability. Now, second ability, I think that should be his second form, Venom Fangs of the Narrow Head. This is where Obania will dash towards the opponent, which makes it perfect for the second ability here. He goes behind them at blinding speeds and aims to slice off the head from behind. We saw him perform this against Nakime in the manga, and it will soon be animated in the anime. Now, his first special move would be his fifth form, Slithering Serpent. We have seen him use this before in the anime, in the Hashira training arc at the start during his battle in the castle with Sonami, and it's for that reason how it was predominantly animated and the fact the attack looked like it could have multiple hits that made me think it would work really well as a third ability more than anything else here. And for his third combo ender, I think it should be his fourth form, Twin-Headed Reptile. Main reason for this is because he does leap in the air to start the movement and performs many slashes on the opponent. And looking at the end effect in the manga again, there are so many points of contact with the opponent that I think it works better as a search combo ender. And finally, for his super move, I think it should be third form, Coiled Choke. This again is just because he's going to make contact with the opponent so many times and it just looks so devastating in the anime, where he took out that horde of demons in a matter of seconds. The effect will look so much nicer in a super move regard rather than a normal special move. Despite the fact, let's be honest, most of these movements look like they could be super moves. And with that about covers Obani. So let's move on to the strongest Hashira of them all, Gyomei Himejima. Now, Gyomei is more likely going to use a long range because he uses Ace, Black Veiled, and Axe, but I don't think he would be a zoner. Instead, I think he'll probably start at a shorter range and then slowly move further and further away from the opponent with each hit of the combo, relying more on the Flail and Axe, but starting it off to make sure there's a guaranteed hit with the Axe at the start here. His first special move, I think, should be his second form, Upper Smash. This is where he will throw both the axe and the spike fail at the opponent in a pincer movement before he smashes down on the chain to cause the flail to then rebound, smashing the target from afar. Again, pretty complicated, but also a little bit more of a basic movement for what the rest of Stone Breathing is. Again, unfortunately, there isn't much to go off in the anime as we only saw one of these forms being used, so I'm just really guessing as much from what I've seen from the manga. For his second special move, I think this should be his first form, Serpentinient Bipolar, where basically, once again, he throws both the flail and the axe at the opponent and then manipulates the chains to basically cause them to drill and grind into the opponent, which will do a lot more damage. So for that reason, I think that should be his second. And his third should be the one that we saw in the anime, third form stone skin. As we saw, he basically unleashes a series of slashes with the axe deflecting nearby attacks. Again, basically being a counter move. The opponent gets too close and gets caught up in the slashes, dealing damage. For a third combo ender, I have fourth form Volcanic Rock Rapid Conquest, where Gyomei manipulates both weapons, the flail and the axe, at both ends of a chain by swinging the chain on both sides in order to strike the opponent in a two-pronged wide range attack. Through the looks on the manga, it looks like this attack will be quite quickly over, so for that reason I think it works best as the third combo ender, as those are usually pretty quick. And for the super move, I have fifth form Arcs of Justice, where Gyomei utilizes a powerful barrage with both of his weapons again, doing a great amount of damage. In this form, the axe will always hit the opponent first, with the flail following, hitting from the opposite side. I imagine this in a massive barrage would look awesome as a super move, and overall just works better as a super move rather than trying to do it as a normal special, because I don't really think a normal player could figure that out. That'd be a very difficult thing to work out, so having it as a super move would be a lot easier. Again, if it's a barrage of attacks, I imagine that this works far much better as a super than just a normal special. And finally, in terms of skins, both of them would have the same amount at around 4. They would have a default look, a no Haori skin, a battle damage skin with their marks activated, and for Obania, this skin would get rid of his mask. And finally, they both would have their backstory skins, but suited for them how they are now. I honestly think this amount is a good amount and would look really, really good in the game. And with that about covers it for these two characters. Yeah, pretty short video, but at least it didn't need much. It was only going over 2 characters. As I said, if you want me to talk about the other 5 that I think are going to be DLC at some point, let me know in the comment section. And way down there in the comment section, why don't you leave this video a little like and maybe subscribe if you want to hear from me again. And with that, goodbye.